Hey, spiritual superstars. So, I started feeling really sad recently, and I've been looking at a lot of things on mental health, and I'm just noticing how often and the different grades or age groups where people are taking their lives. And I just want to say it's not worth it. It's never going to be worth it. And when we have suicidal thoughts, we have them. It's to me, it's a part of this life because we're part human and we know every day and every night there's going to be an end to this third dimension. So I believe there's some things that I do to keep those suicidal thoughts in check because I truly believe everybody has had them, whether they realize they've been suicidal thoughts or not. And I think it's definitely a conversation that has to be normalized. And I think you've got to really talk to the kids about that too, because there are young babies that are taking their own life or lives. Um, I there's so many people that I know are trying to manage depression, and when there's bullying and peer pressure and low self-esteem, there's so many triggers and there's so many circumstances that are part of life. And I think there's a difference in how we handle it in order to stay here. Suicidal thoughts, I certainly have had them. Life has gotten super serious and super tough. And a lot of it comes in me trying to people please or giving other people my power, whether they ask for it or not, meaning just caring more about people than I care about myself, either in that relationship or that moment. And it can't be like that. We have to be selfish enough to put ourselves first. And I truly believe there's some benefits out there to help us with the suicidal thoughts. And one of those things is absolutely talking to God. That's the number one thing. And so if you weren't taught how to talk to God, you talk to God like you're talking to me, okay? You talk to God like you're talking to me, okay? Get in the mirror, talk. It looks like you're talking to yourself, but you're not. Sit down, stand wherever you're at in that moment where you feel like you got to take your life or you feel like you've got to hurt yourself. Talk to God. And what do you say? You say how you feel. You say what emotions are going on inside of you. Let's say that you're going through a breakup. Let's say that you are feeling peer pressure over grades or the learning curve at work, or you're not getting enough income to pay your bills. You say that. And you be honest with yourself. No one else. Be honest with yourself. And you say, you feel sad. You feel angry. You feel scared. You feel like the last person on that person's list, or you feel abandoned, or you feel angry. You feel what you feel, and you get to say it. Because when you say it, you allow it to release from you. You're detaching. When you say it, you're letting go. Doesn't mean that it's all going all away at that very moment. It's not. You still have some work to do. But that's a part of this life. We have that work to do. And it's self-development. And it's self-appreciation. And it's looking out for other people. Meditation helps. But meditation is simply staring out of the window. It's staring at the wall. It's staring at your cat. It's staring at your kids. It's parking somewhere safe and getting out of traffic and just pulling over and crying, having that release. Suicidal thoughts are real. They happen. And we are part human, but we're not all human. We're not all dense matter. We are part physical, but we are spiritual. We are infinite. We are abundant. And we don't have to be abundant negativity. We don't have to let the spirit of lack or ungodly energy take us over. We don't have to. So in these things that I'm sharing with you, these are the ways that I stop those suicidal thoughts because I've had them. Absolutely, I've had them. When life feels excruciatingly painful, I know that I can call certain people. Those are my lifelines. If those people are my kids and I just need a hug, if it's your best friend, if it's your parent or parents, if it's your siblings, coworkers, your manager, who do you trust? If it's me, you got my business line is down below. If it's someone in our academy, Spiritual Guidance Academy on Facebook, it's a private group. It's them. It's the connections that you make that you really trust. Because let's, keep it real. We don't trust everybody that we have connections with. You may not trust your own blood family to have your back. You may feel so pressured by them that if you weren't blood family, you wouldn't have anything to do with them. And guess what? If they're the trigger to suicidal thoughts, guess what? You don't have to have anything to do with them. You can detach. Did you know that? You can. You can. You can. You have a choice. You get to choose who you want in your life. You get to choose. If people are bringing you pain, if you think of someone or they come around or they call you and all of you and you feel yourself frown up, you feel sadness, you feel your heart hurt, you get to not have them in your life. You get to detach. That's your right. It's hard. It's painful. Guess what? You can also be in love with someone and detach from them. You can be in love with someone and let them go out of your life. You can be so just proud of someone's accomplishments or the possibility of those accomplishments. Let's say your child, and they could be addicted to drugs, and you could be watching them just waste away, killing themselves. You get to detach. You get to do what you feel is right. Because this life is very short. And I believe that it should be precious. I believe that we all are deserving of that precious life. I think when the suicidal thoughts come in, what I do, I've learned to let myself cry. I've learned to give myself time. I've learned to check out of that moment of despair. And I've learned to not be who other people want me to be. I've learned to be okay with who I am. And guess what? It's such a different person from what people want me to be. So my challenge for everybody is reacquaint yourself with who you really are. Because those suicidal thoughts are your cry to do that. That's your wake-up call to get to know who you are. Those suicidal thoughts come from the inside. They don't come from anybody else. So who's crying out to you? You. You. And so wherever that void is, be vulnerable enough just for you. That's it. Just for you, because you absolutely matter. You come first. You can't do it for anyone else if you don't come first. Tell that to the people pleaser in you. You can't be anything to anybody unless you are your favorite person. You can't be or do anything for anyone else unless you put yourself first, because you won't sustain what you truly desire. It's not sustainable. You can't do that long term. So yeah, our human is faulty. Our human is not perfect. Nobody's is. And we have those tendencies, we have those thoughts, and we've got to put them in check. That's your life challenge. If I can help you, that's what I'm here for. So hear me when I say, the next time you have suicidal thoughts, you remember what I said here, and you get in touch with someone and be honest and tell them that. Not honest with them, you're honest with yourself. Why? Because remember, you come first. You come first. Therapy is excellent. Therapy is calling your best friend, but it's a professional best friend. It's a confidant who's not going to tell your business, you don't have to worry about them calling their friend or telling their spouse or their lover or the boyfriend, the siblings, whatever it is. You don't got to worry about that. You call one of your friends in your circle, and you got to really wonder, are they telling everybody your business? Are they telling it right then and there? They got you on speakerphone. Is anyone else there? You deal with all of that. Don't. And if you say you can't deal with therapy, you can't pay for it, look for a sliding scale. Who's giving pro bono? Who's charging free? Do that. What does your insurance really cover? Look into that. What are the benefits that you're paying for? Are you paying for benefits? Can you pay for a benefits package? And can you get it for free? Really look into what resources you've got at your disposal. Right? You matter. You so totally matter. And you were born, you beat how many? 465 trillion other sperm egg combinations that didn't make it, but you did? Isn't that right? 465 trillion? Trillion. And you made it. You gotta wonder why. Because we need you. We need you. You've got a purpose here. And if you don't know what that is, then I'm going to help you discover it. Because you got people waiting on you. And those suicidal thoughts, whether you believe in the devil or whether you believe in toxic energy, whether you believe in divinity, I'm going to tell you, those suicidal thoughts are going to happen. And you must divert them. You must kick them in the teeth. You must stop them. But first, you got to acknowledge that you're even having them. And when life gets that sad, you must have lifelines. You must have accountability partners already set up. You must have a system in place that's going to help you. And you must talk about it. It's like life insurance. Don't wait. Talk about it. Have it set up. Do you know what's on your car insurance? Do you even know what that is, what the breakdown is? Do you know? You call your insurance company and you ask them, what is my medical breakdown? What is that? What is the life insurance all about? What is that? What is the dismemberment? What is the non-insured? What is my coverage really? Can you explain that to me? Get it together and teach it to other people, okay? Let me tell you something. You got a purpose. We need you in it. We don't need them suicidal thoughts or tendencies to take over. They don't get to win. They don't get to win. You've got to say that. You've got to reaffirm that. You've got to wake up with God, and you've got to acknowledge that God is right there and who woke you up. And you've got to start your day with humility like that. You know? Be vulnerable. Submit to the will of God. And let that carry you. I hope that this has helped you. I hope and pray that this has helped you because life gets serious. Life gets for real. And nobody deserves your happiness. Not one person. I don't care who they are. They don't deserve your joy. You do. So you keep that. I love you. I love you to life. And I don't want to hear anybody else say I love you to, the D word. I love you to life. I love you to life. I mean that. I'll see you very soon.